we have to go live. We have to go live. We just do. I mean, we are looking at what conference are these two? Is this Mountain West?
Man, you can't let him through right there.
Holy shit!
That was a cannon.
Oh my God!
Shot out of a cannon.
That was a sack. That was holy shit. This dude came through on the right side.
Was that a linebacker?
I don't know. This was a blitz. Watch this.
They must have done a stunt.
They must have
because it was late.
Through. Yeah, he's over there. Right there. Look at
boom.
Boom.
See him come around?
Yeah.
The way it was so late.
We're going to run a Texas stunt. You go into the A gap. You go get in the B gap. Let's shut these sons of bitches down. That was what that was.
That was a real.
That was a Texas stunt.
That was a hammer.
And he came into the A gap, and he closed that gap. He closed the gap.
Did he drop the damn hammer?
There was no gap there. No gap to be found here. Nothing to see here.
So
boys.
What voice is that?
I don't know.
you tell me that I switched to a funny British person. What is that?
I don't know. One? I don't know.
It's like 1700s.
I don't know what that is.
Ooh, I feel there's a gap here, sir.
A gap there somewhere, sir. Oh, nothing to see here, General.
That's the worst.
Carry on, sir.
Like New Orleans?
I don't know.
Is that New Orleans?
Maybe. New Orleans meets moron. Anyway, welcome back to IDD. For those of you who know, I don't disagree. That is the Redoubtable One. Thomas J. is the highlight question.
We got the pass off.
RJ Milliat show. We are watching a Mountain West tilt with 15 seconds to go in the half. The Horned Frogs, who are 3-3, they are up 10-0 over the Utes. The Utah Utes, who are 4-2. So 2 solid teams going at it here in the nightcap.
Aren't they the Utas?
The Utes.
I thought it was Uta.
The Utes.
The Uta.
What is Ute? Is it the Utes?
No, I'm just kidding.
Ute? How do you say that?
It's the Utes.
The Utes.
You were right. I was just kidding. Sorry.
Well, fuck with me like that.
Didn't mean to totally put a bomb in your brain.
Well, then I started thinking about it. Well, there's a giant U.
I was like, oh, I like the Utes, and you were like, is it Utes? Is that how you pronounce that? That daggone jolly of a word? Jolly of a word.
I did not say that.
Look, to put it plainly.
I didn't say that.
To put it plainly, no lead is safe.
In
this game we play called life. To put it plainly.
Oh my God, that's terrible. If you didn't see segment 1, that's it. Go back and watch. That's a treat because he drops some pearls of wisdom.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry about a podcast.
Thomas Nostradamus.
Look, don't worry about going to school.
Oh, my God.
Just, listen to a few hours of this show.
As I said.
You'll get dumber by the minute.
Galileo, Izzo. It's just like deep philosophers.
It's a short list.
It is a short list.
It's a short list.
And you're not on.
You just said it's 2. Galileo and Izzo. I am on it. You just said it.
Oh, God.
It's Galileo and then Izzo. That's the list.
Oh shit! This is terrible.
All right, so what do we come back to talk about?
I'm sorry. Well, we have to do the Giggle Smoke.
That's
Are
correct.
You stoned pick of the week?
That's right.
We were going to talk about the Whinies. We didn't name the Whinies. Who the 10 weenie
right.
wieners, whiners, whatever.
Yeah.
In sports right now. So we're going to do those. So. Do you want to do that first? Or you want to?
Sure, yeah, let's go for the whiners.
I mean, this is a very complicated list because there's so many to choose from. There really are.
I've got one I'd like to throw in there.
Oh, go ahead, by all means.
Because the first one on my list,
the very first one that pops into your head.
The very first one is Nick Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni.
He is the whiniest little bitch.
He is.
The way he went after his own fans after that shitty win.
That was a shitty win.
Yikes.
Against a shitty team. And if they weren't such a shitty team, you'd have lost. That's really what. So, and then the fact that your fans knew it is not their fault. It's like you trying to pull the wool over their eyes and act like they don't know what they're seeing is even
and
worse.
the whole Philly fan base is like built on being honest and like talking about your
The
shit.
Philly fans know football.
Exactly.
They've seen great teams and they've seen frauds. And they know a fraud when they see one. Okay, so this is the thing. You should have beat that team by 3 touchdowns at least. There's no fucking way that game should have been that close. No fucking.
Yeah. So Sirianni's my top one.
He's not. That's fair.
Who popped into your head?
First guy is fucking LeBron. Very first.
But relevant? Is he whining right now?
Yeah. When is he not whining?
What's he? What?
The man has whined.
I haven't heard any of the new stuff. I haven't heard any of the new stuff.
It's
like training camp stuff.
No, he just whines during the season, and then the whole thing with this, he's lying about his son. That's just a fucking lie. That's a Trump lie. It's like, you fucking kidding me? Like the shit he's saying about his son. What the fuck what planet do you think we're on? Like it's fucking insulting. It's insulting. Anyone that fucking has ever dribbled a basketball should be insulted by this. It's like, do you think I'm that stupid?
You think he's that bad?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I've always thought he's that bad.
I saw that.
And by the way, Eric Spoelstra confirmed it.
How did Eric Spoelstra confirm it?
He said he didn't run from playing defense. He ran from accountability. He didn't want to be held accountable. I'm sorry. He didn't run from the Miami Heat. He ran from accountability. He didn't want to play defense. He didn't want to be held accountable. This is how Eric Spoelstra talked.
When did Spoelstra say that?
This offseason, he said it about him.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear any of this shit.
I have the quote.
That's very interesting.
I have the quote. I don't know what the date it was on, but it was.
He ran from accountability.
He did. He says he ran from accountability. He didn't leave. Where I saved it into a favorite thing. Where is it? I gotta find it. Is it here? It's a favorite. Where is it?
This is quite interesting. How did we get on this topic?
We were talking about whiners. LeBron is a grade A fucking whiner.
Okay.
And he's lying about his son on top of it, and all the shit that's coming with that.
Okay.
And JJ Redick is his puppet. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, who does he think he's fooling? I mean, and then he's going to sit there and look, one of the greatest meltdowns ever was against the Celtics when he fucking danced around for like a minute and a half. We mocked him like everybody else did for a month and a half because he acted like the world ended.
Dude, I got another whiner.
I mean,
I got another whiner.
Of course. Go.
It's one you're going to like.
Okay.
Joel Embiid.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Joel. He was going to make this list.
Yeah.
He put himself on this list.
The sad thing is,
I didn't think he was like that until this playoff. I saw a lot of shit.
Well, yeah, that's the sad thing. For a minute now, Philly has had teams of 0 whiners. And now all of a sudden, Philly's back to Wineville.
Yeah.
With Sirianni and Embiid leading the way.
Embiid is unbelievable. I mean, it's for a player of his caliber, it's shocking.
Yeah,
it's kind of shocking. But again, LeBron is that way.
LeBron's not as bad as Embiid. I don't think LeBron's dirty.
No, but LeBron is. First of all, when has LeBron ever taken responsibility for anything that's ever gone wrong?
Yeah, I mean,
he has never once ever looked into a camera and said, "I need to be better."
I'm not sure.
I've never fucking heard him say it. I've never fucking heard him say it. I've heard him blame everybody else. Okay, I've never heard him take accountability for whenever a team fails. It's always the front office or the head coach or it's never him.
Tennessee was dropping dimes.
He was. That kid can play. Tennessee's for real. They are for real. That was a man up drive right there. That was
all right. So
anyway,
so next whiner. Who did I say again?
You said Embiid, who's a good.
Okay, so
choice.
now,
excellent choice.
Who's your second?
Whiner, all the sports,
and current. Like if there's a
current. No, he's current.
Like currently whining.
currently whining.
We need a near and present whine.
Who was the one? Oh, shit. Hold on.
Kirby Smart.
Well, that was today. He was whining like a motherfucker. He was. I mean, that was terrible. That would get him on this list. Yeah.
Like if we did a daily whine list.
A daily whine, he'd make it.
Look at this guy who can't light his cigar with the fucking match.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Actually, he's doing it.
He's doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. This was a big win for Colorado today if UCF held on. Look at that fucking play right there. That's UCF. Little wheels. Look at him. And there's a block. A half block.
Just enough.
Little graze, little chin music.
Oh, no. Did he drop it? He dropped it before he got in.
What a donkey. What a donkey. That's a donkey award right there.
That's the Deshaun Watson.
That's a donkey award right there.
Yeah. They just got a safety on him.
Wow, State came back and won.
Back.
Undefeated.
You kept saying if they held on. I was like, in my head, I was like, they're going to hold on.
I thought they were too, but they didn't hold on. Oh, that's terrible. Anyway, that's it. So, no, the whiner, the next whiny. The next, who's the guy I'm thinking of? Who was it? I'll tell you, Dion would have made this list 3 weeks ago.
Who?
Dion would have made this list 3 weeks ago, but they've kind of righted the ship. So
he was headed down.
He was headed down that road, but he is right. They've righted the ship to their credit. So who the fuck am I thinking of?
What do you think about Aaron Rodgers?
He's one of them.
I feel like
this. You talk to Green Bay fans about what they're watching. They could literally point to you when he did this to them. They could literally tell you the first time he did this to them. You talk to any Green Bay's Packers fan, not one of them is sad he is gone. Think about that for a minute.
Well,
not
have Jordan
one of them. I know, but they wanted him to go. They were sick of his act. They were tired of his act. Devontae Adams leaving was the first sign.
Well, that's the thing. Didn't that make it seem like Devontae Adams didn't like him?
Yeah.
So
well, it wasn't he didn't like him. He was just tired of this year in, year out. Is he going to, waiting to see what he was going to do? He got tired of it. He didn't want to deal with it anymore. But then he went.
I was in hell.
If you went to Vegas.
I know, but you flew him in and he was in his house.
That team has been awful for 3 years.
So he went to Vegas, and apparently they
went to shit.
Those two have such a great relationship. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
I think he didn't want to keep losing, and the Jets have a chance to contend if he's there.
Well, yeah.
He saw a chance to win. The Raiders aren't winning shit, and he knows it. And there's nothing he can do about it. And he's right. There's nothing. He had a great year last year. It didn't fucking matter because that team sucks. That organization sucks, and maybe Tom Brady's going to do something about it now that he's a part owner. But now
they have no quarterback.
They have no anything.
Yeah.
They suck. They have Max Crosby, and that's it. That's fucking it. That's literally it. Everybody else in that fucking roster is a scab. I'm not fucking kidding. They're all fucking every last one.
Defenders?
No, and then Crosby? No.
Who are we talking about?
The Raiders.
No, hold on. They have Brock Bowers.
The tight end.
That guy's a fucking stud.
He's good. He's good.
He's a stud.
He's a rookie. He's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got those two. That's it.
Those are like their cornerstones.
That's it. The rest of them is just a pile of poo.
And you can't win with a tight end and a D end.
No. A tight end and a D end is not made for. When you think, how do we start this team tomorrow? What are we getting first?
We're going to start with a
tight end and a D
defensive
end. That is not.
We'll have a pass rush like you wouldn't believe until they double team
If that is in the game plan, I will show you the next fired GM. Okay? I'll tell you exactly who it's going to be if that's the game plan. So that's just how do I get fired?
Seems like that may be the game plan.
Maybe that's the game plan. I don't know.
Would it surprise you if it was the Raiders' game plan?
No. Hopefully, maybe Tom Brady's going to change it.
We're going to build this thing.
Let's see how much
from the outside in.
I would think that he'd be one of the first people you consult. Now that he's a 10% owner. If you're a part owner in that team,
Thomas?
In terms of how do we build this team, he's the first guy you're going through. If he's not, you're an idiot.
So you think Tom Brady would be good talent assessment?
I don't know, but if he's in my organization in the front office, I want to know what he has to say.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's missing here? What don't we have? What's good and what's bad? Give me the break. As you see.
Tell me about your experience.
Yeah, because honestly, who better to ask than him?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So.
Did Miami end up winning this game?
And good. I'm not saying Tom Brady can go out and find those players. He can tell you what you need, and you have to have the people that go and find that thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Tom Brady's a talent scout, but in terms of team building, he will tell you what you have to get. Then then your scouts have to go out and find that personnel that he's talking about. That's how.
Did him and Belichick work on that kind of stuff together, or no?
No, Brady never had a say in.
That's ridiculous.
Never had a say. Brady never asked for it. And by the way, all Brady wanted before he left was help. How many quarterbacks do you know that are a first ballot Hall of Famer, coming off a year where he threw 4 touchdowns to every 1 interception, 4-1. He threw for over 4,000 yards, and he had no weapons. Don't put any name on it. Like that's a person you'd want to hear what they have to say. That was Tom Brady at the end, and they walked him out the door, and they paid for it. They've been paying for it ever since. So, and I don't think it's over in terms of that. So because of the way he was shoved out the door, it's bullshit. And people want to blame Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft did what any person on this earth in that position would have done. They would have deferred to Bill Belichick. Because you would assume, because he's the greatest mind in the game, he would know better than anybody. So Robert Kraft gets yelled at for doing what any one of us would have done, which is Bill Belichick is your coach.
Well, we just like to yell at Robert Kraft.
I know.
He's got to get a little bit.
He trusted him like anybody else would have. And when the guy has 8 rings on his fingers. 8. Okay, 6 as a head coach, 2 as an assistant coach. He's got 8. Okay, so who wouldn't have listened to him? Now,
you wouldn't have.
No, I wouldn't have because I knew that Brady just needed help. No one can win alone.
Right, so you're telling me you knew that, but Robert Kraft had no clue of that?
I don't know. I know this. He said, I trusted Bill because Bill sees him every day. Bill's the coach. So Bill should better be able to tell, even better than me because he's there, does the kid have anything left or not? And the first question I would have said if I was on Belichick's staff is, well, what if we gave him this, this, and this? What would he look like then? Because if nothing left is a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio and 4,000 yards passing, they must have moved the bar on what nothing left means. Because that's Pro Bowl level stuff. And he had nothing around him at 41 years old or 42 years old.
Did Michigan win this game?
No, I don't think they did. They lost a ton of talent.
Nice play.
They lost a ton of talent. So anyway, any other whinies? Weenies? Woonies?
There are some other whiners.
In the basketball world, the season's coming up. I mean, Luka Doncic is an exceptional crier.
Right, but he doesn't have any recent cries.
He does, the finals. He cried all through the finals.
I'm talking about like now.
He's going to start in 7 days.
I feel like,
do you think he's changed his attitude?
No, I'm just saying. There's like
he's been a whiner for 7 years.
Right, but
when does he not whine?
No, but I'm talking about like with Embiid, like he just made that comment about no back-to-backs.
Yeah, he's a whiner.
You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron, we're talking about Bronny. We're talking about right now wine fests.
I don't fucking know. It's fucking Saturday, whatever it is.
Philly sports fans are kind
of. You just wanted to throw that in there.
On Twitter.
Why? What's they saying?
What are they saying? They're Philadelphia Phillies fans posting videos of the Mets losing, going a successful hate watch in progress.
Oh.
I'm like, God damn.
Wow. How many bitter pills did we swallow?
I mean, Jesus, Philly.
That is some bitter.
Don't be so fucking bitter.
That is some bitter pill.
Salty.
Ooh.
Saltine cracker.
Damn.
On the top of some tomato soup.
Damn. Don't
salty and sloppy.
Preach.
And soggy.
I'm going to be the drum. Don't hurt him.
Oh.
Testify.
I'll be the witness.
Wow. It's almost as if someone in Philly went, how do I piss off Tom Izzo today?
Well, no, I'm just like, I don't think I'd ever post that.
You're going to have, look, I'm not condoning this. Let me be very clear.
I mean, I guess I'll admit I have hate watched a lot of teams.
The thing about it is, like, every fan base has got fans like that.
Yeah.
My fan base everybody's got fans like that. So, I mean, are you surprised when you see it? No. And yes, you personally wouldn't do it. Like, have a little class, right? But
right.
There are people that have no class. There's a lot of them. A lot of them are Trump people. So it's like no class. Trump class.
Well, they treat
not all of them, but a lot of them.
Trumpers typically treat sports and politics the same way.
They kind of do.
They root for Trump the way they root for some shitty team.
I mean, and the thing about that is, speaking of Trumplicans, I mean, Jerry Jones is the whiner. Here you go, Jerry Jones.
Trumplemania. Jerry Jones going after the radio host. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's him. That's the whiner. Yeah,
this is the week.
Jerry. If Donald Trump was a football owner, he'd be Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
He would be. And Jerry Jones, if he was running for president, would be Donald Trump. Fucking ridiculous. That's a Donald Trump line. Like that's fucking dead on, spot on. How dare you do your job the right way at my expense? At my fuck ups, how dare you do the right thing?
Like, you think we're not going to talk about the positives?
I mean, that's what that is.
Like, wow.
That's like, who are you to question
Like,
me,
but
even
see-
when I am wrong?
But that's like, the problem is, people like him
Oh, God.
call other snowflakes as if they can't handle shit.
And then he
And
can't
then
handle
you
it.
can't handle a couple
And neither can
questions.
Donald Trump. They can't.
It's
They're
like,
hypocrites.
My God.
They can dish it out. They
You act
can't
like
take
such
it.
a tough guy.
Don't make me fire you and get someone in here who will be at my beck and call. It's like,
Did I not ask you to be a yes man?
yes. Who told you to stop licking my nuts?
Down.
Oh, God, it's terrible. But that's Jerry Jones. And Pete, by the way, talk about vindication. Pete's on this set a couple weeks ago talking about how Jerry Jones needs to die. He just has to die.
Well, y'all have said for a while now they won't win until he does.
Pete's been the first one on that. I got that from him.
Oh, you got that.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, I didn't invent that. That was Pete. Pete's the first one I ever heard.
I think it's a very real.
It's a realistic. He has
possibility.
To die. He has to die. He's not going to sell. His ego won't allow him because in his mind, and again, he could sell it for $11 billion. Now, when he bought the team, he didn't pay anywhere near that. But he talking about a profit. But that's not what's in his head. To him it'd be utter failure to sell the team. It's like, nope, I can't win anymore. I have to give up and sell it. That's what's going through his head. He will never sell for that reason. So he'll have to die. His ego won't allow him to walk away from this without winning another Super Bowl. And he doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to do it. He thinks it's all about him. It's not about him. That's why he fired Jimmy Johnson. Why Bill Parcells couldn't deal with this shit. And no coach worth a damn. This is why the whole Belichick thing is fascinating to me. How desperate is Bill Belichick to get this record? How desperate is he to go want to work for that fucking nut job?
Do you think he'd hire him?
If they nosedive again, what choice would he have? He would if they get bounced or don't get in. Mm-hmm. And he brings Mike McCarthy back, there'll be no one.
Well, he doesn't have to bring Mike McCarthy back.
He's got to fight. He's got to bring in a coach. Well, who are you going to bring in? That's gonna give everyone legitimate hope. There's only one person. It's Bill Belichick. There's only one man who could do that right now. It's him.
What about the Lions offensive coordinator?
No.
No bueno.
I mean,
what about Rob Saleh?
Well, they have talent on both sides of the ball. He wouldn't have to worry about that. They do have the Cowboys don't lack for talent. They just don't have any. And look at Damian Woody called them soft on the air this week.
Really?
He said, "You know what that means when I call you soft? I'm going after your honor, your character,
Is that what he said?
your soul."
That's what he said.
Oh yeah, he goes, "I'm looking at the soul of a man. I'm questioning the soul of a man." And you know what? He wasn't wrong.
Damian Woody's been getting harsher.
Dude, he wasn't wrong. And by the way, after what the Cowboys did, is he wrong? He's not wrong. He couldn't be more right.
Wrong or is he right?
He couldn't be more right. They have no cojones.
I can't think of a more boring score than 10-0 in a football game.
How about 47-9?
That's horrible.
That's just atrocious. That's like, why did I?
That's torrentially.
It's like, I put this lousy shirt on for this.
That's
like,
torrentially terrible.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys last Sunday, and it was on his birthday too, which is even better. It was on Jerry Jones' birthday. The worst loss in the history of the franchise. They lost to Detroit. They bent him over like 3 times, 47-9.
I've been hearing people complain about Dan Campbell.
Dude.
Saying he was running up the score. I hate when people say that.
You can never run up the score enough on the Dallas Cowboys. And B,
dude, I think it was...
You can never. If there's a team that needs a swift kick and a fan base, it's the Dallas Cowboys and their fans.
Mad Dog was talking to Chris Christie, and he asked Chris Christie about how Dan Campbell was still, throwing the ball. Chris Christie was like, well, Dan Campbell has no class. That's always been who he is. And Mad Dog was like, oh, no, so it bothered you? Oh, so it did bother you.
Speaking of a whiny
He's like, yeah, that's who he is.
He kicked that right.
I was like, I always hear people talk highly of Dan Campbell. Yeah.
Of course, most people I talked to didn't just get bent over 47-9 by him.
That's true.
Could be salty.
Chris Christie's just
Could be better.
fan. He's just like a...
Could be squeaking from the freaking, oiking from the boinking. You know? Just saying. All would apply.
Yeah.
All would apply. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Tell me that's not what that sounds like.
I'm not sure.
It is.
I'm not sure.
Yes, it is, and you know it. The man's whining like a bitch. Oh, you ran it up on him. That's who he is. He has no class.
He wouldn't stop throwing.
And you're like, what were you supposed to do? Roll out the Chips Ahoy cookies and some milk? Is that what you're supposed to do for you? I mean, give me a break. The Dallas Cowboys and their fans have been bringing that on for 3 years. And the funny thing is, it's Jerry Jones' fault because it happened in the playoffs against the Packers. People should have been fired for that. Okay? Everybody came back. In fact, he gave 2 of them raises. And he let go of 7 starters.
Dude, I have another
And he
whiner.
failed to get Derrick Henry.
I have another whiner.
Who tops Jerry Jones?
No way it tops.
That's the top of the
I was
list.
kind of feeling like DiVincenzo was giving me a little whiny vibe.
What? With the
stuff with him and Rick Brunson?
what he was talking to Tibbs, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I heard that because they asked Jalen Brunson about it. And he said that they were being sarcastic with each other. It wasn't serious, and then it became serious. So that's how Jalen Brunson told it. Like it wasn't. He didn't mean it. And DiVincenzo said the same thing.
It sounds like Rick Brunson took it to heart for some reason.
Yeah, because I don't think he understood. I think he kind of didn't catch the whole conversation.
He said like that's some sucker ass shit.
Yeah, like Rick Brunson didn't. I don't think heard the whole thing. He heard part of it, and he just.
And then Dante was like, "I was talking to Tibbs."
Yeah, I wasn't even talking to you, and we were joking around. We weren't serious. That's what he made it sound like. And Brunson, his son, said the same thing.
But when he ran away and said, "Yeah, that's what happens when they let you run the show."
Yeah, that's what he's talking
Talking
about.
to Tibbs.
Yeah.
But Tibbs does run the show.
I think it was sarcasm. 2 people say this.
Yeah, because actually he came up and he said, "I can't finish, right, Tibbs? I can't finish with my left."
Yeah, they're
or something
fucking,
like that.
Yeah, they're fucking around. This is not. I mean.
And then it seemed like Brunson started.
Yeah, because he heard
at
the middle of it, and then he said something back to him, thinking he wasn't being sarcastic.
Yeah.
And they both because they asked each other about Brunson. They asked Jalen about him, and they asked him about Jalen. They both said that we're brothers.
Yeah.
We're brothers. This isn't anything like that. You're overreacting.
Yeah, but Jalen.
They made it sound like it was an overreaction.
Oh
with
my
anything
God,
else.
this guy was in the backfield.
He was. Oh my God. Oh my God! How did he get out of that?
Oh, that's a block in the back. He was already down, and now there's a block in the back.
Oh my God! Watch him go the whole way. It gets called back.
It is.
Oh, he gets tossed to the 50.
All that work, and they got to go back.
They really finds out there's a holding call.
No, it was a block in the back.
Whatever it was, but they're fucked.
I saw it as soon as
That's
it
too
happened.
bad because that was a hell of a run.
Dude, was that like a 25-yard run?
No, it was more than that. He probably ran 25 yards ladder to get out of that sack.
Why were they so far behind the sticks?
This is one of the best highlights
I
you'll
felt
ever
like
see.
he ran 20 yards and then I saw the first down marker.
Dude, he made a move in that backfield.
Was that like a 2nd and 20?
They got to show this
There it
again.
is.
They got to show
Block
this
in the
again.
back,
Got to show the
offense.
whole play again because honestly, that was one of the sickest moves to get out of a sack I've ever
And
seen.
it was nullified.
It was nullified. And he turned it into like a 40-yard run, and it was nullified. And they got to show it again. Come on, go back and show the play again. Watch this. This is fucking ridiculous.
I think he might have been down.
Look at that fucking move.
I think his knee might have been down. Look,
That fucking move was insane.
dude, that was a big run.
Yeah. Look where he goes down the 50. Look at a 40-yard run. That is insane. Because, yeah, it was off a botched snap.
The block in the back, it didn't even need to happen.
No, it didn't.
It almost never needs to happen.
Giggle Smoke Guarantee is brought to you by... Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it. Listen.
I gotta go to the bathroom. That margarita's hitting. What? So funny. I just said I gotta go to the bathroom.
Giggle Smoke Guarantee.
It's been 30 minutes.
I got to pick a really ridiculous game here.
Are we going football?
Yeah. Well, what? Oh no.
There's
no,
also
no.
baseball.
There's also game 5. Liberty and the Lynx.
There's also game 6.
The Eagle
Mets,
Smoke
Mets in
Jets.
LA.
Ooh, I got to pick a good one here.
You got Liberty. You also have Jets and Steelers where you already picked Steelers.
I picked no. I can pick 2 though. I could pick 2.
Yeah,
I think
pick a couple there.
Liberty is going to take home the title in a hell of a game tomorrow. I do. That's one. And then in the other one, I got the Mets extending this to 7 games. I think that this is coming home. The pitcher, the ace.
Oh, roughing the kicker.
This is going to go 7.
Is this roughing?
That's
roughing.
That would be roughing.
You gotta make that call.
That would be roughing. That is
Wow.
That's roughing it a bit. Fucking just
So after the bad block in the back, they're gonna get this ball back.
They are. After all that, they're going to get the ball back.
Definitely roughing the kicker.
That was roughing the kicker, boys and girls.
Took him off his feet.
That was at least 15, maybe 25.
Yeah, I have to say, I feel good about the Mets. Oh,
as you should.
Should have talked about that more because game is tomorrow.
Yep.
And we have Mania going. They have a bullpen game.
I like the Mets.
I like the Mets here too. I mean, they have that advantage, but it's not always an advantage because really, if your bullpen's pitching good, then you'll be fine.
That is.
But here's the thing I love about what the Mets did the other night. They did not strike out once. Did you know that?
No.
The entire team didn't strike out the whole game. It hasn't happened in a playoff game since 2002.
That's crazy.
20 plus years.
22 years.
That's
no joke.
You
That's
know what
crazy.
that tells me?
Oh.
They were fucking locked in.
Yeah.
And if they
Not
go
one strikeout in
not
27
one
outs.
strikeout.
Oh. Usually it's 2
The
or
whole
3.
team.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Usually the Mets have more than that.
I'm saying, like, on a standard average game, if you take the Mets out of it, there's 2 or 3 on each side.
I think more than that.
Maybe. I'm just saying, that's pick a side.
The
fact the Mets that hadn't happened in 22 years
I mean,
tells
it's
me
crazy.
how ridiculously locked in they were. Is what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
If they can go out to L.A. and do that, they're going to win that fucking game. And pitching-wise,
I think Mania is going to be locked in.
Right. All Mania has to do is
locked in.
trust his stuff and let them hit it.
I'll be shocked if he gives up more than 2 runs. I'll be shocked.
Dude, if he goes 6...
They might get 2. I could see them getting 2.
If he goes 6 and gives up 2 runs...
They're going to win.
They're going to win.
And I think he can do that.
Yeah.
I think he could shut them out. I'd be shocked if it was more than 2 runs he gave up. If you shut him out, I wouldn't be shocked. But I just have a feeling he's all locked in, too. So this is the thing.
Seems like, oh, wow, that's a good play
That's a
call.
play right there.
Is this TCU moving with the ball now?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
I
Didn't
thought
they just get run in the back?
They didn't call roughing on
They
that?
didn't call roughing the kicker on that?
That's a terrible call.
That's a terrible non-call. What the fuck? That's a heck of a play.
They threw the flag. That was a nice play call.
That is a nice play call.
They brought the wide receiver on the edge in like he was catching a screen.
Yeah.
And it went over the top of the running
Pretty
back.
awesome. Anyway, you guys enjoy the football tomorrow. Tommy and I will be hanging out at some point. I don't know if we're going to be 9:30 breakfast. We'll find out because the Patriots are on at 9:30. I am curious to see Drake May round 2 and what they do with a running back because Stevenson's going to play. He didn't play last game. I'm curious to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys enjoy the football tomorrow. I'll return on Wednesday night. Maybe he'll be with me. Maybe he won't.
Triumvirate return.
Triumvirate return to Wednesday would be kind of fun. So it breaks up the week nicely. It's beautiful. So until then, for the Doubtable One, the Highly Question One, boys and girls, you know what to do. You know the drill.
What is it again? Peace, love.
That would be peace, love.
And then what was it? What's the last part you usually say?
Guns, pistols.